in Florida of all places, fish out of water here. But we are all having a fun time here talking about the industry as a whole, the challenges of the industry is a big topic here. And but if you could, give us a background. How did you get into this sport, this lifestyle, this culture?
Well, at age 14, and I'm not going through the lineage of that, I became the luckiest guy in the world because I went skiing for the first time. And on my older brother's borrowed equipment. And I was intrigued and fascinated, and by the second time out, I was hooked. And from that point on, I could never really foresee me doing anything more exciting or more wonderful than time on snow. And the journey kind of went through from the first ski area job was actually in a college ski slope. And without any training, I was a lift attendant, ski patrol, ski school, rental technician, snowmobile operator, good at absolutely nothing. But I wound up teaching skiing, directing a ski school into operations, and I've had the great honor of being the longest tenured general manager and president at Holiday Valley in its 60 years. So it's been an incredible ride.
Over your time in the industry, I'm curious to hear how these discussions, are we asking the same questions that were being asked 30 years ago, or is the conversation completely different?
Well, I think the question is similar on how to grow the sport, although the perspective has changed dramatically. I look back at the explosive and the easy years of growth when the industry was really growing and booming in the 70s, the 80s, and 90s.
Yeah.
And it was almost a matter of meeting available demand of customers. And it was a lot of fun. It was easy. It was imperfect. We made a lot of mistakes in the innovative stage. But the ability of the ski area to respond and grow accordingly was tremendously successful. At the same point, it created some challenges. And I think those are the challenges that we're facing today. Mm-hmm. So how do we move forward? I might look back and say, I think actually in our quest to be everything to everyone, which we accomplished admirably, yep. We also, I think, compromised some of our values trying to do that very thing, and maybe even became victim of our own greed of thinking we could be everything to everyone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, by trying to be all things to all people, are we talking about suggesting that the product is for everybody when it's really maybe for a certain mindset, a certain type of customer?
I think we've lost sight of how we should focus or concentrate on certain customers. And I think that's part of having good growth. We excel at our ability to innovate and build better ski lifts, better snowmaking, better physical assets, whether it's parking a car or serving food. And we really polish that apple to perfection.
Yeah.
I think all of us collectively as an industry, it was kind of fun. And we were so busy doing that maybe we lost track of some of the important foundations of what skiing really is. When I sit and think about what the important things going forward for skiing are, I would actually prioritize growth as being number 3.
Okay.
There's an important aspect of that. Can we improve our delivery? We already have. Mm-hmm. But I think there's another way to improve that. And what I would say before we go back to growth would be the second thing that we've somewhat lost in the process is really the heart of skiing. And I look at that, our culture that's centric around fun. It's made up by the mind and the body and the soul. The body being the physical assets that we've excelled at.
Yes.
The soul being the people, the customer, and those of us in the industry. And the mind, the experience of that culture that we embody and embrace. And I think that's still critically important.
Mm-hmm.
But the one aspect that I think is by far the most important, and that is profitability. You know, profit is the lifeblood of a business.
Yes.
And we're no different than every other company in that regard.
Right.
And so it starts with, you've got to stop the bleeding, and you've got to make sure that the numbers are black, so
Yes.
that you can concentrate on
You have the
number 2
resources to
and
do
number
it.
3.
Yeah, right, right.